It's weighing day. All right.
7 weeks.
7 weeks.
7 weeks.
It's flown by. I feel like we just started this not that long ago, but I'm definitely seeing some difference in the scale. So who wants to go first?
Well, do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. I got a good number this week.
All right, let's hear it.
3 whole pounds.
Whoa! Awesome.
Yep, I know.
All right.
Last week was just 1, so this week's 3. So I was really happy with that.
All right, that is really good. So you're still doing the whole entire balancing throughout the day, your points, and that's still making it significant.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about that here in a minute because there's something that I do want, and I think we'll do a segment on this a little later. But I wanted to test a theory this week about the blue dots. I had been doing some research about that and using weeklies and your blue dots. And I did it this week and I still lost 3 pounds. So I think with that maybe needs to be a whole segment in itself.
So we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But stay tuned.
Right.
Okay. And then I this week lost 2.4 pounds.
Yay!
So anyway, that's really good because so last week I said I was giving up coffee. No, didn't give up coffee.
Walked in her office, I think midweek, and there was a latte sitting there, and I was like, okay.
I gave it up for one day, and I had such a bad caffeine headache, which, I drink other caffeine throughout the day, too, so I don't know why that morning is so important. Addicted, obviously. But what I did do was I started measuring out my coffee creamer again because I'm telling you what, I'm a heavy pour, and I'm just constantly surprised. I don't know why I'm constantly surprised.
I know.
I'm constantly surprised at how I can lie to myself. I'm like, yeah, that's 2 tablespoons. That's and then
I know, because one of your videos, I don't know if it was it was something you made.
The pumpkin spice latte, I think, when I said
when you were measuring, and I was looking at her measuring, and the stuff's over the measure, and I'm thinking,
it's just, it doesn't know that.
Whereas I got my scale out, weighing it.
Making sure it's completely level.
So I'm thinking that's how the creamer is too.
Yes. So anyway, so or the old second tablespoons pour where you do the first one real smooth and the second one you're pouring it out
a little
as you go through it. That's good.
That overflow doesn't count.
Anyway, so I did focus on that, and I'm really happy because I did we did have Pizza Hut Thursday night, and I did get my thin crust, pizza, but at one point I just kept eating.
Pizza's a lot, though.
It is. Well, if you get a thin crust, one slice of thin crust, like medium pizza, if it's all vegetarian, it's 7 points. So you can get two of those.
Okay.
And that's good if you just stop.
How many slices did you eat? 2, 3? No, not more than 3. You ate 4? Oh, okay.
Maybe 5 or 6.
What?
It was a medium pizza, and like 5 pieces were mine, and then I kind of nibbled on.
So needless to say, you didn't get your blue dot that day.
Didn't get my blue dot that day, and so I was sweating it. I was really sweating it this morning when I got on the scale. I was like,
hey, but 2.4.
But I still got 2.4. So.
Right. Awesome.
Anyway, so I'm really happy with that. I feel like I'm starting to get my momentum back. I kind of had 3 kind of not great weeks. So
yeah.
But if you look at overall over a period of 7 weeks, I'm
yeah. What's your total now for 7 weeks?
14.4.
14.4.
So I'm right at the 2 pound a week mark, which is where you want to be technically, and you're doing better than that.
17.2.
That is awesome.
You know what? I was thinking about this. When we had to go in quarantine, I literally quarantined for 7 weeks. We started in mid-March, and I didn't go back to work, I think, the second week of May. So it was literally 7 weeks. And I put on 19 pounds during the 7-week quarantine, and that's why I kept on saying the COVID-19. It was the 19 pounds. So I've almost lost
your COVID-19.
my quarantine pounds.
Okay.
So I kind of looked at it that way, and I thought, okay, good. Now I can get back on track and lost that.
I think you're about right. I think that's about how much I'm about where I was when I started quarantine too. All right. Okay.
So
7 weeks, and it flew by. It flew by. So if you're on if you are where we've all been, where you're like, I'm gonna get on this diet soon, soon. Like, just do it.
Just start.
Just do it, because that 7 weeks goes by so fast.
Oh, I know.
And just to have 15 pounds off of me, that's 15 pounds off my knees. I do have knee problems too. And, you know, it's just, I feel better. I feel lighter.
I know, Chelsea, we've lost over 30 pounds together.
That's awesome.
In 7 weeks. And Chelsea's right. This 7 weeks has gone by so fast. And I know that for me, you know, like we talked about before and about keto and all that, you know what, this is something that you can stick to, because I have not felt deprived. One day I was craving a Big Mac, and I looked it up. I saw how many points it was. I thought, okay, I know then if I go get this. And that's the only thing that I will say, if you don't feel mentally ready to maybe give into something that's a higher point count, just because it can trigger maybe thoughts of like, well, I really would like those french fries. I didn't get it. I just got the hamburger. I drank a cup of water and a hamburger, and then I ate and I still got my points for that day. But I can see how easy, if you give in to something, that it can maybe set you off, and it can steal those old patterns. So I would say, you know, Weight Watchers, you can eat anything that you want as long as you count your points. But I think too, you have to be mindful of, is this going to put me in a mental state of where I think, oh, okay, well then,
if I'm going to eat these Oreos, I'm going to drink this milk.
Yeah,
and
right.
These other things too.
But that was just a treat for me, because for some reason, I like, so random that I would crave that, because I didn't.
Is that normally what you get?
No.
You don't eat McDonald's.
I know, so I'm just.
And then when you do, is it the Big Mac that what you normally get?
No.
That is weird.
I know. I don't know. I just had this, I may have saw a commercial, and I may be craving meat that day, and I was like, I'm going to go get me one. And so, and there was a lot of points. Yeah. And then Friday, my uncle had his 70th birthday, and I made him a chocolate cake with sour cream frosting. And I looked at how many points that was. I actually calculated it myself, because I made it from scratch.
So you knew.
So I knew. And so I went ahead and ate really light for lunch, because I wanted that one slice, had that one little slice. And then Saturday I was back ready to go.
And it is not even that you were back, because you never.
No,
you never got off.
Right.
You never got off, because.
But I was worried that may trigger like, ooh, I want more sugar now. But it didn't. And I think because I was seeing the scale move, because I actually got on the scale on Friday, mainly because I was trying this theory about the blue dots. Because you want to know how many blue dots I got? 3.
Wow.
And I lost 3 pounds. So we're going to talk about that. But
she's going to give us all the research.
Yeah, I've been looking that up, and I've been reading what other people have done about their weeklies and their blue dots, and some people don't focus on them. But anyway, I got on the scale Friday just because I wanted to see, did I sabotage myself? Did I, you know, is this theory working out? And it was. So I mean,
that too, like, you know, I feel like there's a difference in your mindset when you plan for these things. Like when you know, I'm gonna have a piece of cake today, then you don't feel guilty about it. Like I feel like so often, like when I fall off of a diet and I, you know, have a piece of cake or whatever, it's like I failed. Now I'm gonna just get it all in at once.
Yeah.
But when you are planning it into your everyday, then it does. You don't have those senses of failures, and that kind of thing is not working against you. So
it's a mental game. It's a mental game, really. But. Well, I'm glad to see that you're back on the track of losing weight.
I'm back on track, and this was a busy week for me. Like it was, guys. I'll tell you about 7 weeks ago, 6 or 7 weeks ago, I went to my very first PTO meeting, and I walked out president.
No surprise for me, because I knew.
And it was just that, like, everybody else, like, nobody wanted that. Like, there was the people who, like, I'll be treasurer, I'll be secretary. Like, everybody was willing to do that, but nobody wanted to be the president. And I didn't really want to be either. Like, I didn't. Like, I did not. Like, I've got enough going on. And I know that, like, stress and, like all the things that I do with my life, those are triggers for overeating. So I did not. But it was so awkward. It was just this awkward silence. Anyway, so this last week, especially, a lot of PTO stuff and soccer stuff and work stuff. I mean, it was a busy week. So to be able to stay on track was a real win for me, and to have that weight loss was really exciting. So it's doable. It is doable, and having that app, it's so easy. And then, like, even when I mess up, like, I force myself to put those 5 pieces of pizza 5.5, 6.
Did it not feel good when you were logging it?
I mean, I tried not to dwell on it. But I put it on
Logged
there.
it, I'm out.
Get in, get out. And then I knew, I can't eat any more weeklies for the rest of... Actually, it didn't dip all the way into my weeklies, but it dipped pretty good into it. And, I still lost weight.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, that's the beauty. Stick to your weekly points, stick to your daily points. And
yeah, guys, just like Chelsea said, if you're contemplating, especially right here at the holidays, and you're thinking, oh, I'll just wait till January. We probably have, 9 more weeks until January 1. Mm-hmm. Just go ahead and get started, because those 9 weeks will fly by, especially with the holidays. Mm-hmm. And just start. Even if you log your first week and you've blown all your, just start and just, because it will make a difference.
And if you're like me and you get a lot of joy out of the eating in the holiday season, just know that you can still have that enjoyment.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you guys are in your weight loss journey or how much you need to lose, but it would feel a whole lot better to actually lose a little bit during this holiday season than to gain more,
right,
and then start January 1st heavier than you already are and having to start the year out like that. Start the year already.
Yeah.
Already
have
go.
some momentum.
Have some momentum.
Right.
So that when everyone else is thinking about losing weight, you can already be like, hey, when you start right now, you lose 2 pounds a week, you could be down 18 pounds.
Yeah.
By the first of the year. So,
Yeah, that's amazing.
get on it.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Yeah. Just get on it.
Just get on it. Join us. Join us.
Join us.
Watch us graze. Or any other diet, really, as long as you stay on it.
Yeah, because it's so important to be healthy right now too, just with everything going on, and and the food plays a big part in that. And so I know that I feel better, especially with mental clarity and not being in a sugar coma or anything like that.
It sounds like all of my neighbors are getting the leaves off their lawn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, stay strong this week, guys. I hope you guys have a happy Halloween.
Yes.
Coming up, and that you're.
Yep. It's about time for us
to go, guys. Have a great week. See you next week. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Bye.
See you next week.